Hello everybody, today I have the pleasure to propose to you this new key 73 entitled Energies. Well, this is a part very important. We're gonna spend 4 videos regarding energies in general because this concept is so large and I really want to broaden the perspective and the fields of consciousness and application as well. Well, it will be part as well of 4 pillars regarding what I baptize and I entitle invisible words. Okay, so this chapter, the energies, is the first pillar. The second one will be the hereafter, okay, death, let's say. Then the third one will be the egregores, the archetypes, all these thought forms. Okay, and the fourth one will be regarding aliens. So don't laugh, aliens, we will try to enlarge the perspective as well, to have also a certain rigor, structure. We will talk about this presence within most of the cultures. And also in addition of that, we will try to see the perspective with science today. Okay, the new disclosures. Also, we will see that this is a matter of fact, this is science and the scientific dimension. The fact that the first life on Earth is 3.8 billion years ago and is a bacteria, okay, a bacteria for which the origins are extraterrestrial. It means, well, of course, it means that it has been brought through probably meteorites, let's say stars or something like this. But it means that there was life somewhere else in the universe before arriving here. So doesn't mean that it was a bacteria, so it was not human beings, of course. But this is interesting because there is such a potential that indeed there is probably so much. The cosmos is so wide and so big that it would be such a wastage just to consider. Is like if, I don't know, you add a building of maybe 1,000, a hotel of 1,000 rooms only for you. It would be a wastage, right? So it's the same principle. Anyway, let's come back to energies first. Why this topic is so important, energies? Because energies in general, you emit and you produce and you receive energies. Life is purely energy. We could summarize by all is energy, but it's difficult to admit that. Why this topic is so important? Because it's what I consider as an essential membrane topic, okay, between the rational people and the spiritual people. Same like nature. The more you observe nature through astrology, the study of the cosmos, the botanic, the biology and so on, the more complex is it not to believe. Okay, so nature is also one of the bridge to rediscuss, in quote mark, in between those who have a big problem with spirituality. So intuition as well, because intuition, where is coming from the thoughts we have? Okay, do we download from a cloud and so on? Intuition is one of them. So nature, intuition, and then energies as well. Energies, I told you, everything is pure energy. We could, once again, I repeat myself, resume by everything is energy. Okay, and we will see this perspective. So we will see also, we will try to, because when we say everything is energy, okay, it means everything and nothing also, because it's not really tangible. Okay, it's like when you say, oh, God is everywhere. Yeah, great, but it's difficult to perceive. Okay, so we will try to have a perspective with psychology, with history, with let's say sociology, with also spirituality, and to enlarge into the field of consciousness, the morphic fields. For example, we will redefine what is it with the research from the British Rupert Sheldrake. Okay, the morphic fields. The fact is a kind of thought forms. Okay, a bit like egregore. The fact that it's like you individually feed this cloud, and by return you are you receive from this cloud in a certain extent. I will re-explain better later. Okay, so we'll make the link also with I will re-explain what is the law of the 100th monkeys, the notion of the consciousness, the multiverse, the 5D. We will try to come back different things we already saw previously. Okay, for you to try to have the big picture and the holistic dimension. Holos is overall vision. Okay, so, and that's why also we will go for the next theme of the invisible world to the egregores, the archetypes, the hereafter, and at the end, the parallel worlds, I mean, the multiverse, the different realities, and so on and so forth. Okay, so, but we will have also a lot, not only some conceptual things and so on, also down to earth or operational advice, tips, and for you daily life, of course. Otherwise it's just blah blah, and is if we cannot put into practice and to implement that, is useless. Okay, I mean, it's not useless, it's just a culture. Okay, so here it is, the let's say the structure. So we will have the first part will be more a scientific perspective. Okay, in quote mark, of course, with some links with, I mean, with rationality, but also to see, to try to establish links also with a kind of openness. Okay. Second will be macro and micro perspective, individual and collective. Let's say the resonance between both in terms of energy, like communicating vessels. All right. Then spiritual perspective, and at the end we will try to combine all this through a holistic dimension, a holistic synthesis with scientific, spiritual, daily life or daily vision. Okay, so just to explain what does energy means. Literally, it comes from Latin and it means energia, sorry. It means force in action. Okay. So it's an energy is a force. So you cannot see it, but you see the result of it. You cannot see electricity and it exists. It's not a legend. It's not because you cannot see directly. You see the effect. Like we don't see light, we just see the effect, okay, of the light. Okay, highlighting things, of course. Okay, but literally we cannot see with your eyes. You cannot see. You have to separate through a spectrum of light and so on. When I say to you, you know, everything is energy, this is what the great Nikola Tesla, the scientist, said more than 1 century ago. He declared, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, things in terms of vibration, frequencies, and energy. Okay, so he resumed for him, the secret of the mystery of the universe could be only through energies, vibration, and frequencies. I do it again. If you want to find the secret of the universe, things in terms of energy, vibration, and frequencies. Okay, so this is very interesting because once again it means everything and nothing in parallel. Okay, so let's try to develop a little bit. You know, there is 4 fundamental forces in the world for establishing a certain balance of life. Okay, so there is gravitational, electromagnetism, weak and strong nuclear interaction. Okay, there are 4 like this. Okay, but what is really interesting is also this notion of energy, despite the form, I mean, the form, it never changed literally. It's a bit like if we do a parallel with chemistry. You know the formula of water, for example, H2O, sorry. Let's say it can be gas, it can be solid with snow, or it can be liquid and so on. It doesn't affect H2O. Okay, it will never affect that. Okay, so we can find the notion of energy absolutely in all the subsets, the subject of physics, like in mechanics, in thermodynamics, in electromagnetism, in quantum mechanics, and so on. We will try to see also at the end, we will re-enlarge this notion of, we will redefine this notion of quantum mechanics, the fact that the mind can have an impact on the reality. And also we will clarify, because we heard a lot of things regarding quantum mechanics, normally is at the very, very tiny and small scale. So what about consciousness? What is the size of the consciousness? So we will try to see and to understand how come it can impact our daily life also. So another point, very essential, what is matter? Okay, a problem? No. Kidding, matter. And but by the way, this is interesting, because matter, when you have a matter, it does matter and so on, the matter, the problem, and this is matter, right? And light, so you can perceive like light, weightlessness, okay, weightlessness, sorry, and the light, the visible from the photons, okay. So, so it is a notion of vibration, low vibration, high vibrations, okay. High vibration means unity, low vibration means density in a certain extent, to make it short. But you know, because when we say everything is energy, you can think, but no, me, I'm physical, I'm tangible, but actually, even that is a notion of frequencies. You know, here, if you know a bit physics, but without being too technical, in physics is a notion of vacuum, okay? So, as long as you have effort, there is necessarily to balance it, the opposite side of the arrow, okay, to balance. For example, here on this chair, on this bank, okay, there is the force of the attraction of the planets, the gravity, and also my weight, okay. But the thing is, there is also another to counterbalance. There is another force, the force of reaction, pushing me back, okay? So, because it's balanced, I don't fall down in the earth, let's say, and I don't fly also, okay? But just to make it sure, what is really important, what is matter, this is Einstein who say that, so physics Nobel Prize, huh? That's why I do this kind of reference, because it's, for me, it's a kind of tangible authority. I mean, science is supposed to be factual, right? So I can understand some people, they are skeptical regarding spirituality, because it's also a question of belief. We do agree. But regarding science, normally, this is difficult. I mean, as long as is rational, demonstrated, and so on. And this sentence is extremely interesting, because it's not only the sentence, there is figures, there is theorems, there is a protocol of demonstration beyond that. But when Einstein say what we call matter is energy, it is energy, the vibration of which has been greatly reduced to be perceptible to our senses, okay? And he finished by, there is no matter. So concretely, I do it again, he say what we call matter is only energy for which the vibration has been reduced to be perceptible to our senses. So this is, he express what is density in a certain extent, okay? It's only a vibration which has been reduced to be perceptible, okay? So this is only that. So what is interesting is, you know, this notion of, we say, Saint Thomas, who believes only in what he can see. All right, Mr. Saint Thomas, 4%, what you see here, the reality, okay, 4% is physical, tangible matter, okay? So, 4%. 27% is dark matter. So you cannot see it, but it exists. It's scientifically proved. And the rest is 67% of dark matter. Same, you can, dark energy, sorry. So 4% for physical matter, okay? Dark matter 27% and 68%, 67 for dark energy. So if we do the conclusion, only 4% is potentially accessible to our senses. But even beyond that is even not completely true, because it's you can only see the spectrum of light between 400 and 800 hertz. Okay, beyond and before it's the ultraviolets and the infrareds. You cannot see certain animals they can, but we cannot. Okay, as human beings. So what does it mean? It means that concretely our reality is there is a filter. We don't have the big picture, and it's necessarily subjective. Okay, it's like if you observed the reality light through a keyhole. Okay, we only see just a tiny part of it. That's why it's always interesting to reconsider this notion of energy. Well, even the individual, anybody is made of energy, made of organs. These organs themselves are made of cells. The cells themselves are made of molecules. The molecules are made of atoms. The atoms are also made of subatomic particles. And then ultimately, okay, always further and further, there is only energy. Okay, so you are energy, we are energy. There is nothing more than energy. So why is it so important? Because we will see the perspective, and the impact is only an exchange of energy. You exchange with the world, and the world by return giving you back. Okay, it's like a notion of resonance and also of communicating vessels. Energy through nature is everywhere. The sun, okay, no need me for reminding you this. The sun, the water, the wind, the fossils, and so on and so forth. Everything in nature is made of energy and can create energy by return. One thing extremely important as well is the power of the mind, okay, the power of thoughts. This is also energy. If you put some electrodes on your brain, you will catch some energies with that you can measure with hertz. Okay, it's not let's say a fantasy. This is reality. This is tangible. Measurable. Okay, so but what I try to tell you here is the notion, of course, that we will develop later on. This is the notion of vibration and the law of attraction. When the Buddha said, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. Okay, so if you're not Buddhist, you're gonna think, it's not. It's a belief. It's just from Buddhism. Yes, but you can find almost the equivalent in other religion. I'd agree. If you are not a believer, you think it's not an authority. It's true. So, but if we go further with Einstein again, he say everything is energy. That's all. Match the frequency of the reality you want, you will not be able to stop getting it. It cannot be otherwise. This is not philosophy, this is physics. So, to make it short, everything is energy, that's it. Okay, we say already. Match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot stop getting it. In other words, match the frequency of reality. Okay, vibrate something of the reality you want, and you will have it. Okay, to make it simple. When Einstein said that, it's not beliefs, it's the fruit of some studies, some protocols, and so of research, demonstration, and so on. That's why it's important to make the link between both. But this is really interesting, and we can go further. If we talk about the scientist Bruce Lipton, okay, his doctor, is a doctor. He did this research for almost 40 years now. This is what we call epigenetics. Epigenetics, concretely, to make it short, your mind, you impacts your DNA. Your DNA is evolving. Is not you were born with, and then it doesn't change. This is what we thought before, and nowadays we understood that according to our state of mind, our mindset, it's impacted. And this is extremely important because it's one of the key to open up the great book of life in a certain extent. Why? Because the quality of your thoughts, of your mindsets, will impact everything within your life. Why? Because in the notion of law of attraction, in the notion of vibration, you know, sometimes you meet someone and you say, I don't know, I feel bad with him, because he's always vibrating negatively, for instance. And then by return, you will be, let's say, your nightmare will come true. You attract what you vibrate. So if you're negative, you will attract negativity. Negative things in general, the events, the encounters with people, and so on and so forth. And then you will reinforce these patterns in your mind. You see? So this is extremely important to keep this in mind. This is really also because you will destroy yourself. You will affect your health. You know, this is when you are not at ease. So it means is a notion of bad vibration, and also it's just a warning to tell you need to change, to readjust your life, or your hygiene of life, your food, your mentality, and so on and so forth. It's not for blaming you, it's just to warn you up. Okay, so that's extremely important. But everything is linked. It's the principle, the epigenetics is, is like nocebo. In Latin, it means I heal myself. And placebo means I heal myself. And nocebo means I destroy myself. Okay, so that's why some drugs, you take a pill, and there is absolutely no substance in it, but it has been proved that if you are convinced it's working, and thereby it's working. Okay, so that's why everything is question of beliefs. If you are convinced the law of attraction doesn't work, it will not work for you, or at least you will be realized in your skepticism. You see, so that's really important. Beyond of that, you can also think about what we call neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, it is, the patterns, the ways of your neurons you always borrow. You always take. If you walk always on the garden, on a park, you will trace, you will make a road, right? It's the same principle. If you are always negative, what the fuck, and so on, or the world is a crap, and so on, always like this, it's like when you do some research on the internet, and according to your history, the algorithm propose to you some recommendations. Okay, it's the same. So that's why it's so important to keep this in mind and to make an effort. It can be a long process, and that's why we saw the reprogrammation key 35, and there is also a guide meditation with my voice and so on to help you for that. But I remember a friend of mine, in her family, they had this philosophy: we have been always unlucky, why he would change. Okay, so if it's absolutely almost in your DNA, it's almost in your cellular memories, it's hard to clean up this. Okay, if it's really deep down in your subconscious, it can be tough to clean up this. But this is progressive. This is really important to keep this in mind, and also for implementing the notion of law of attraction. Law of attraction, as I say before, is what Buddha say: you attract what you vibrate, basically. Okay, it's very important, because if we go further, it's like there is a study regarding diabetes, for schizophrenics. Okay, so two personalities. It's a little bit controversial results according to different doctors, but apparently there is a probability that one personality has this disease and the second one not, which is absolutely incredible. It means that it's like your mindsets regarding a certain positiveness and or not affect your health, which is like if there would two metabolism within the same body, which is a little bit strange. You understand the point? Let's go further. It's the work from Masaruemoto. Maybe you heard about this. Is the experience of the rice and ore with water. Okay, so what is it concretely? There is an experience with 3 parts. One is the witness, okay, and one group, so water or rice, and you give bad energy. That's to say, I hate you, fuck you, all this kind of thing. Okay, the fragmentation, the what is fragmentation, segmentation? Okay, and in parallel is all unity, like I love you and so on. Okay, and it has been analyzed with a microscope. Okay, that's from the part of segmentation, hate and so on. There is absolutely disharmonious structured patterns. And on the other way around, for the positive one, this is completely harmonious, like, snow, okay? And you see with a microscope snow, it's super beautiful. What does it mean? Why is it so important? We are made of 70% of water. So, as much as you say, fuck, you're ugly, and so on, you vibrate that. That's why some people, you don't know, maybe it's not necessarily your type of physically she or he, but you don't know why you feel well with this person according to his or her vibration. Is this you encode concretely your vibration? That's why it's so important the quality of your mindset, because all this is, let's say, is linked to that. You crystallize your vibration in a certain extent through the support of the water. Last point is the notion of emotion. Okay, emotion. This is let's say the affective dimension. This is what made us human compared to robots and so on. But emotion, you can hear something. Motion. Okay, motion is movement. Okay, E equal mc2. What is it? This is the formula from Einstein of energy. E equal mc2 means the mass multiplied by the celerity, means the speed of light, power square. Okay, so but E motion means energy in movement. Okay, so what does it mean? I told you, if you are in love and so on, you are vibrating and so on, you are light, you are enlightened to an extent. That's why some people say, oh, it's unfair, life is unfair, this is Murphy law, why universe want to piss me off or laugh at me because I never had a girlfriend before, and now I have, I'm in love, and a lot of girls are interested by me, for instance. You know what? It's not the law of to piss you off. It's just because you are in love, and thereby you are vibrating positively. So high vibration. So you attract naturally people. You didn't become Brad Pitt from one day to another. It's not this, and it's not to annoy you. It's because you feel in harmony, and people feel that at distance. Okay, so that's really important, because I told you the hygiene of life, is essentially, and we will see with some different practical operational approach in the other videos, because this is the key center for being radiating, luminous, and to be in the unity, because this is what we expect, right? To be in unity, it means that you're vibrating, you help people and so on, and then you feel this unity through yourself and through the world, and you activate this divine principle. Well, I hope it will help you to shape your masterpiece of consciousness, of whatever you want. As you know, all the roads lead to Rome and to the Dome. Thank you for your attention, and see you very soon.